Welcome back to The Perspective with Zen Rooms Indonesia. Now, you mentioned a very good point about the current administration, who is very robust and progressive in their campaign of trying to reach 20 million international travelers or tourists into Indonesia. Now, where are we in your observation on making this happen, and what the government is currently doing, aside from promoting the 10 new destinations? But as you know, Jokowi is also very active with pushing his government to continue to build, develop infrastructure. Right? So how can, aside from that, how can Indonesia catch up with its neighbors, Bangkok, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur? How can we do this? What are Indonesia's challenges in your view? So
actually, I think a great work have been done on infrastructure, especially by budget airlines in the last couple of years. But what I think is really lacking in Indonesia is that, like, for instance, if you go to Raja Ampat, it's very hard. If you now go on Booking.com and you will look on Raja Ampat destination, you will see that it's either hotels are very expensive, or they're very, very cheap and very, very bad. So
there's nothing in between.
There's nothing in between, and this is not only Raja Ampat. That's actually, if you go to Cimaja in Sukabumi area, you will see the same. If you go to Sulawesi, you will see the same. So there is like really lack of trustable accommodation and activities around this trustable accommodation, So it's not promoted well enough. But again, as I have mentioned, with our efforts, with efforts of other industry players, we'll push it. We'll push it further. So we will help to accommodate the international and local demand, and we will guarantee the decent quality for.
So you're looking to fill in and accommodate that empty pockets in between.
Absolutely.
And
I think it's also important that actually it's already exists, but these hotel owners, they don't know how to run their business. I mean, they know, but maybe they don't have time. Maybe it's not their key business. Like a lot of people own their guest house in Sulawesi, but maybe business in Jakarta or in Kalimantan. So they don't know how to run it. And this is where our added value is coming to, because we take care of all this, And the most important, it's like, same as with Gojek here in Indonesia. Before Gojek put the green jackets, nobody trusted, Same with Zen Rooms. Before you put like the logo and check the property, you don't create the trust. Same was even with 7-Eleven, like small shop on the street, like will you buy water? Like what happened with this water before? You don't know, But once there is 7-Eleven brand, you go there and shop, you trust more.
Suddenly you trust it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a flip of a coin. So is this also something that you take charge of? And I see that you have a very strict screening of your hotel partners before you be able to adopt them, or before you want to put your brand Zen Rooms in front of the hotel, to make sure that they actually comply to your qualities and services.
Yeah, so that's extremely important. We never compromise on quality. We have a specific division, which is called the Hotel Quality Assurance. So before you book a Zen Rooms and stay in our hotel, it's guaranteed that the quality have been checked by our guys. And if you check in and Wi-Fi doesn't work, we're gonna refund you the money.
Right. Okay. So and for the past almost 2 years now, what have been the challenges of Zen Rooms in Indonesia?
Yes, I think it's Indonesia, again, it's kind of a unique market, very traditional still. So it's very hard to explain what we're doing. And so at the first step, it was very hard because business model is very new for the country. It's very hard to explain to the guest house owners, to the independent hotel owners, where is the value coming from. So it was, and it's still one of the challenges. But I clearly see the right direction, because if before, our acquisition team, as we call them, just like approach hotels or properties by themselves, now we have a lot of inbound requests. So that means that there is a word of mouth between different properties, and it basically makes for us life easier to pre-screen and to start working.
Yeah. And do you feel there is a huge difference in trying to run your business model here in Jakarta, where infrastructure in accessing Zen Rooms with countries or with regions or places, for instance, in eastern part of Indonesia, where infrastructure isn't as good or as well kept here in Jakarta? I mean, how do you overcome that challenge?
Yeah, so it's as everything we do in Rocket Internet, we first like test something on established region. With I think we tested all the processes in Jakarta first, and then moved to Bali, and now even when we come to Malang, for instance, it's harder. It's harder because people are more traditional, but it's still not impossible because I mean, like everybody. People want to have their hotels occupied, yeah. They want to have customers, and they realize the benefit. So it's I wouldn't say that it's as hard as it. It was very hard to acquire first 5 properties, But now it's once we have an example, the case studies, it's much easier,
Okay, Nikita, before we let you go, if you can describe Zen Rooms in one sentence.
Best value for money hotels in Southeast Asia.
All right, don't take it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Nikita, thank you so much for sharing with us on the history of Zen Rooms and how it's going to develop and be part of Indonesia's thriving hospitality and tourism sector. My name is Florence Armein. This has been Perspective on the Jakarta Globe News Channel. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Florence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.